Diane Ackerman's poem On Location in the Loire Valley was published in 1998. The poem is written in the form of a ghazal, which is a poetic form that has flourished for hundreds of years in Arabic, Persian, and Urdu literature. In this poem, Diane Ackerman follows the traditional pattern of ghazal. The poem appears to tell a story about a company of actors who are making a film on location in the Loire Valley in France. The poem also reflects in a highly allusive manner on the nature of human life, its transience, the search for communication, and its unanswerable questions. Let's see the summary of the poem. The title of the poem, On Location in the Loire Valley, suggests that it was prompted by some actors' experiences during a film shoot in the Loire Valley in France. The first line of the first couplet presents an image of mistletoe hanging in poplar trees. Mistletoe is a parasitic evergreen that grows on certain trees. The mistletoe absorbs water and mineral nutrients from the tree, damaging the tree. Some trees may be killed by an infestation of mistletoe. This is why in the poem the poplars can't survive. The poet may use the phrase clouds of mistletoe because the abundance of the plant's white berries suggests clouds. The second line of the couplet provides a consolation. The stately poplar trees, though festooned with the mistletoe that will kill them, still have a beneficial effect on human life. They create a feeling of enchantment when a person looks at them. The Loire Valley is known for its many castles built during the medieval and Renaissance eras. Line 1 of the second couplet makes it clear that the film is being shot inside one of these castles. It is winter, the castle is extremely cold, and the actors and film crew are uncomfortable because of it. It feels as if cold steel is passing up their spines. In line 2, the people in the castle shiver from the cold as they make the film. Deccan means to pour something from one vessel into another. The actors pour their lives from one vessel, their real everyday life, into another vessel, that of the film they are making. The line 1 of couplet 3 is a moment on the movie set when everyone is silent and motionless. Line 2 explains why. The sound engineers have to record what is called in film sound jargon room tone. Room tone is the unique sound that every room has when there is no human activity in it. It may be the hum of a computer, the creaks of furniture, the sound of an air conditioner or furnace, the sounds of traffic from outside. In this case, in the castle perhaps it might be sounds from outside, such as the wind. Sound engineers will record at least 30 seconds of room tone, which can then be later used in the film editing process. If, for example, cuts are made in the original soundtrack, room tone can be inserted at that point so that the background sound will remain continuous. The last sentence of couplet 2, soundmen record the silent rant of our lives, contains an oxymoron. Since a rant is loud, wildly extravagant speech, it cannot logically be silent. Perhaps the poet means that though speech has ceased, the rant in which the actors have been engaging can still be felt and somehow heard in the silent room. In the next couplet, the speaker of the poem describes his or her experience making the film. The speaker uses the first person plural we to include all the people involved in the film. No precise meaning can be conclusively demonstrated, but perhaps consort with chance refers to the ins and outs of the storyline, in which, as in life, chance always plays a part. Cascade through time may refer to the actors' experience of acting in a film that is set in a different time than their own. In line 2, each trip may refer to the different places to which the actors and film crew travel in the course of their filmmaking. To gallivant means to go about in search of amusement or excitement, so the phrase gallivant in our lives may refer to the enjoyment they all had on these trips. The phrase might also be taken as a more general observation that life is a continual chase after excitement. Couplet 5 describes the end of the filming process. In the filming, the actors have presented the passage of an entire life in a short space of time, a whole life in a miniature in all its different aspects and relationships. A small death at the end may refer to the death of one of the characters in the film or to the severing of a relationship from the past. The line only makes suggestions, the reader can supply the details. The phrase "we adjourn to the constant of our lives" refers to the actors stepping out of the roles they played in the film and returning from their fictional selves to their real selves, the constant of their lives. Couplet 6 is about the ways the movie makers and actors part company. Farewells are awkward. It seems as if no one really feels sincere about what they say to each other, as if the whole process lacks any shred of genuine feeling. There is little conversation at meal times and goodbyes are quickly said. So it is that the people dismantle their lives as if their lives are like the film sets, erected for a certain purpose and taken apart and moved away when that purpose has been fulfilled. It is a mechanical process without human warmth. The actors have now returned from their trip on location in the Loire Valley. They tell their loved ones about it but exaggerate their exploits for the sake of telling a good story. Line 2 of couplet 7 may be one of the stories they tell about night drives through fog. The use of the word nonchalant to describe these trips suggests the exaggeration with which the stories are told. Nonchalant in this context probably means unconcerned. The reader gets a picture of a group of people driving through thick fog but pretending it does not bother them at all. Couplet 8 continues to encapsulate the adventures that the group of actors went through during the filmmaking. Alone with legendary art might mean many things, but it suggests the artwork in the castle where part of the film was made. The same applies to herding sheep in St. Michael, an act done in connection with the film. Line 2, the wizarderies of smell, is harder to explicate with any specificity. It certainly alludes to the well-known capacity of the sense of smell to evoke distinct memories and impressions which give it a kind of wizard's power. The last thought in the couplet echoes the phrase "Gallivant of our lives" from the fourth couplet. It suggests that there was a lot of good-humored teasing or pleasantries on the film set. The first thought, "the heart has a curfew," suggests there are some things that cannot be communicated. At some point, the heart must, so to speak, shut down. This resembles a curfew, which is a time after which people must remain indoors. The speaker and other actors for whom he or she speaks explains that they are able to tell people the external details of where they went and what they did, but they cannot explain who they were. Presumably, this refers to the essence of the role each played in the film, though why they cannot explain this role is not made clear. An alternative meaning is possible too. Instead of describing the experiences on location, the speaker may be making a general reflection on life that people cannot convey the deeper truths of their lives or who they really are. This leads to the final statement that their lives are pantomimes. A pantomime is a dramatic entertainment often based on a fairy tale, or it may be a dumb show in which actors express their meaning through action and gestures rather than words. Couplet 10 is difficult to interpret because the two lines make up a fragment, not a complete sentence. In the absence of a subject and a verb, the meaning becomes problematic. The most likely interpretation seems to be that the couplet refers back to "but we cannot tell them who" in the previous couplet, meaning perhaps that they cannot fully explain the characters they portrayed in the film, or perhaps they cannot fully explain themselves. The speaker states what they were not rather than what they were. They were not the shadow family they became, nor can they fully convey the shiver beneath the smile, which may refer to the cold conditions in which the film was made. The first part of the final line, not the people we clung to, remains difficult to explain. However, unless it is referring again to the roles each actor played, in the sense that an actor clings to his character. On the other hand, if the couplet refers to the alternative meaning that is possible in the couplet 9 and the speaker is making a general reflection on life, the couplet suggests that in spite of the mad candor of life, real knowledge of who we are and who we are dealing with in life remains elusive.